Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault. Every single morning we are here, YouTube video, BettingPros YouTube, audio, wherever you get your audio podcasts. And you guys know that we're here on bettingpros.com as well. BetMGM, the title sponsor of this podcast, you can get $150 for free, $10 bet, new account, using that promo code JUICE150 when I sign up for a new account with BetMGM, betmgm.com. All right, losing night last night. Got hit pretty good. If the Suns are covering at the moment, but I don't know if we're going to get that. If we don't get that, it's an 0-3 night. If we get that, it's a 1-2 night, losing night regardless. Boston collapsed. Same thing happened with Memphis. Memphis won. Boston lost outright. So told you last night we were going chalky, and if it was a dog night, we may have a rough night. And well, we had a rough night. It's okay. I still would bet those plays again. I liked them. Unfortunately, just didn't come in. So that's the up and down roller coaster ride of this with the NBA betting and everything we're doing. So after, I might go 0-3. So normally when that happens, I don't turtle, but I get, I kind of play defense for a day to see where I'm going to be heading towards the weekend because we have so much going for the Final Four. And I'm going to have, I've got one bet in play already with Duke -4, but I'm going to have, taking Nova. I've told you that. I haven't bet it yet, but I'm just going to take Nova at 4.5 or let the thing run. Although there's been some buyback on it, which kind of makes me angry, but we'll wait and see. 4.5 might be the high. 5 could be the ceiling. I think if it gets back to 5, I'll take it with Nova +5 against KU. And again, that's not me hating on Kansas. It's just taking the points here. I think KU can win, but Nova to cover. Under in that game, I think you just go ahead and let the public bet the over there. First half under in that game for sure. I'll probably make it official tomorrow for the first half under, but a lot of times first halves aren't out till a little bit later on. Certain books may have them, but books in Vegas don't put first half numbers out for a bit. But Dome Stadium, Nova playing slow without Justin Moore. That first half's going to be a slog. It's going to be boring. It's going to be tough. I'm going under with Nova and KU in the first half. So we'll have a ton of stuff going. So because of that reason, here's where I'm going today. I have my first Major League Baseball season total win total bet to give you guys today. I have got a little birdie in my ear telling me a bet for the Valero Open. It's nice weather, golf coming out. Hopefully you guys get this first thing in the morning so you guys can get a bet in before the round begins. You guys can jump on this. I will put this on the Discord channel after I put this out saying, hey, if you want to jump in this, do so right now overnight so you can get it before the round starts tomorrow on a Thursday. We'll get some golf going. And then I've got one NBA play to get into for a half a unit today. Okay, so let's start with baseball here. And let's talk about the Detroit Tigers. Now look, it's important to shop around here, okay? Because the number is as high as 79.5 and as low as 76.5. 76.5 is juiced all the way up to -160. I don't like that. But 78 at Circa Sports in Vegas, -110. 78 wins for the Tigers is a number that I like to the over. Last year, Detroit went 77-85, okay? They went 77-85. A.J. Hinch's first season on the bench for the Tigers. Cleveland is not going to be good. Kansas City is not going to be good. And Minnesota is not going to be good. If they just take care of business in their division, they should get over this number. I think Detroit's going to be a 500 baseball team. I think this team wins 80 games. I really do. 81 games. I think they do. Look, they finished 16 games back of Chicago, who won 93 games last year. And Chicago is going to be really tough again. Their youngsters are starting to play and blossom. And yeah, it's going to be very difficult to beat a team that scored 796 runs last year and had a run differential of +160. At home, the White Sox were 53-28. They were tremendous at home. Detroit at home, 42-39. On the road, they had some problems, 35-46, but they beat up on some bad teams. They won 39 games, went 39-36 against teams with a sub-500 record. So again, you got to go ahead and beat up on the bad teams. You got to beat up on Kansas City. You got to beat up on Minnesota, and you're going to beat up on Cleveland if we're going to get there. But this team has made a couple of really interesting moves. Javi Baez being the biggest, okay? It's going to shore up the shortstop spot. It's going to give them some great defense there. But they also went out and got Tucker Barnhart, a 2-time Gold Glove winner from a catcher position, which I really liked a lot. You got a new guy behind the plate, fields the position really well. understands how to handle a pitching staff, which now will have Eduardo Rodriguez from the Red Sox, big lefty coming over, which I love. Casey Mize, they had to keep him on a pitch count last year. And look, he's going to be asked to pitch even more. But this is the former number one pick overall in 2018 by the Tigers, and they need this kid to come up and pitch really well. Terry Skubal is a guy who was really bad early last year, but came on late and pitched very well down the stretch. They just added Michael Pineda, which I do like as a back-end starter. Michael Fulmer's a guy who could get some spot starts, maybe kind of like a Swiss Army knife, can come out of the bullpen a little bit, long reliever and a closer. Gregory Soto is the closer. I don't love the closer situation for the Tigers, but this is a dude that he's okay. All right, he's good enough. I think he can come in and he can save some games for them and hopefully shut the door and be decent for them. I don't think he's going to be outstanding. I don't think he's going to be one of the best closers in the American League, but he may be closer by committee here a little bit here for the Tigers. But offensively, so you got 13 hits away from 3,000 for Miguel Cabrera, which the team, he'll get that in April, but that's a big storyline, him coming back. Baez, big bat. This Riley Green kid, they're expecting big things out of kid. Left-handed bat, 6'3", 200 pounds, going to play center field for them. If he can step up and really blossom into a weapon for this team, they're going to have some pop in this offense. This offense is going to be better, but I'm more excited about the defense here. I'm actually more excited about the additions of Baez's glove and Barnhart's glove and Rodriguez coming in pitching-wise for this team to not give up as many runs as they did last year. They gave up 756 runs last year. Way, way too many. They had a negative 59 run differential. They still scored 700 runs last year, which is really good, but they can't have this where they give up that many runs again. They can't be making mistakes and errors. They've got to be better. But I think when you have a team that's this talented, this young, Jonathan Scope, I think they got some young guys who could really step in, mixed in with some veterans to win 80 games. Technically, to win 79 games is what we need. The Tigers to win 79 games. Given the division, given the talent, given the pitching, given the manager, going over 78 wins for the Tigers for one unit here going into the 2022 baseball season. I'll have at least 3 or 4 of these for us. I'm going to sprinkle them in as we get closer to opening day. First bet, though, the bet I like the most, I think this Tiger team, I think Casey Mize could have a big year. I think Skubal could be really decent. They have a tough schedule to start the year. When you look at their coming out of the gate, it's not great in April. It's kind of tough. May is but June and July, very good when it warms up in that ballpark. They've got a lot of the bad teams coming to Detroit. They should be able to pound it. The end of the year, the only thing that's kind of scary, the games that got postponed due to the lockout have been switched to a West Coast trip at the end of the year. I hope we get there easily before they go out there to play the doubleheaders against the A's in Seattle. They'll be able to beat the A's in Seattle, but I'm a little concerned about that. I don't want to have them have 72 wins going into that trip. That could be scary to get to 78. So hopefully we get there, with 75 wins, 76 wins, and then just need a couple of wins on that West Coast trip to end the year for them to get there. And who knows, if they're going to be in contention for a wild card spot, they're going to blow past this entirely. The Red Sox last year, I'm not comparing the two rosters, but the Red Sox were at 76.5, and the Red Sox were way over that. So, if you're going to be in contention for a playoff berth, you're going to blow out of this. I think the Tigers could be a sneaky team. Defensively, offensively, pitching-wise, their bullpen still isn't great, but I think the Tigers could be a sneaky team in the American League. Over 78 wins for the Tigers for one unit. Okay, to golf. And hopefully you guys are going to be able to jump in on this a little bit here. FanDuel's got this bet, okay? So in my other job, I get to talk to a lot of really smart people. And we're starting a thing on the Bostonian versus the book where we're going to have this guy come on. He's doing a podcast for us, but he's also going to be our guest. His name is Dubsy. If you watched us from the Super Bowl, you probably saw a little bit of this. He's a former PGA Tour caddy. And when this guy sends me a play and says, Matty, jump on this. This is a good plus money bet. This guy's swinging the clubs really well, heading towards the Masters. He won't be playing in the Masters, but it's a watered down field. He's playing well enough at the Valero Open here to come in the top 40. Troy Merritt. FanDuel's got him at plus 125. Now, you're going to deal with the dead heat rules, okay? So if he ties for 40th, Dead heat rules apply. You're not going to get paid at plus 125. It's really annoying, but it's the only book I found it where it's plus money. DraftKings has it at minus 110. So you get some value there by going with FanDuel. Plus 125. BetMGM doesn't have this bet, by the way. It's not up. Their market doesn't have it. So, but Troy Merritt, a kid out of Iowa, 36 years of age, coming one top 10 so far this year. Came in fourth at the AT&T Pebble Beach back in February. Didn't play great at the Phoenix Open, but came in 38th. That would get us there. He did not play well at the Arnold Palmer, but he shot 71, 72, 74, 87 on the final round. So he was right there to be, right in the top 50 at the Arnold Palmer, but then finished 74th. Next week came back at the Players, 46th. And then last week at the Valspar, he came in 27th. He shot 7 under par. So playing well heading into this tournament here. Troy Merritt, top 40 at FanDuel here. Let's see if he can put up a big number here. Kid out of Iowa, a guy out of Iowa, 36 years of age. We'll see if my guy, Dubsy, can give us a little bit of a W here with this and head towards the Masters, because I will be leaning on Dubsy for the Masters plays a lot. I always give credit when it's not my play. I will make it official if I like it and I'm following it, but I'll give credit to where credit is due. We're going to give this a Troy Merritt, little Hawkeye pick here. Top 40 at FanDuel at plus 125 for Troy Merritt for a half a unit. And the other half a unit, we're going to the NBA. And I told you this before. You gave me double digits for the Detroit Pistons, and I'm taking double digits for the Detroit Pistons. Plus 11 for the Detroit Pistons right now up against the Philadelphia 76ers. The number is ridiculous for for Detroit rather, up against teams from the Eastern Conference. 30, 17, and 1 ATS, the Pistons. 30, 17, and 1. So far this year, they're 41, 33, and 2. Philly has not been great, but they've been great on the road. 21, 15, and 1 ATS on the road, but over the last 10, Philly is 3, 6, and 1. They've lost 2 games in a row outright. They were a pick'em against Milwaukee, lost by 2. They were catching 4.5 against Phoenix. They lost by 10. They beat the Clippers by 25, but didn't cover against the Lakers, didn't cover against Toronto. Just not a very good team right now. The Philadelphia 76ers here, and now they just need to win the game against Detroit on the road. Detroit's playing hard. They're young. Cade Cunningham goes after it every single night. I would look at Cade Cunningham player props. We may get involved with player props again on the Discord channel, but I'm taking the 11 points. Give me Pistons plus 11 against the Philadelphia 76ers here. I like Detroit. You guys might get a better number. The public's going to be all over Philadelphia. This number is just going to climb. I'm taking the Pistons. And this 30, 17, and 1 record against the Eastern Conference. Philly, by the way, against the Eastern Conference is 20, 24, and 1. Losing record against the Eastern Conference here. Detroit plus 11, half a unit up against the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, 3 bets. We're going over 78 wins for the Tigers for 1 unit in the 2022 season. Minus 110 on that, over 78 wins. We are taking Troy Merritt at plus 125, top 40 finish at the tournament, which I'm now forgetting where we're going for this tournament this weekend. In Houston, which my brain is not working at the moment, but in Houston, we're taking him in Houston at the Valspar. The Valero, sorry, right? Yeah. So Valspar is last time at the Valero. So we're going with that. Troy Merritt, top 40 at plus 125, and we're taking the Pistons at plus 11 for a half a unit up against the Philadelphia 76ers here tonight. Detroit plus 11. Those are our 3 plays for us. Hey, by the way, be watching for your cookies. A bunch of the orders have gone out. Over half of them are in the mail. The second half will be sent out tomorrow. There was a little bit of a shipping mix up with the UPS folks not picking up the boxes. So hopefully those will go out today. You guys will all have that. If you like what Sweet C's Bakery has done, if you want to help them out, they're a small business, order cookies from them, okay? Take care of them. Juice Family, Sweet C's, letter C's, sbakery.com. If you have a need for cookies for an event or something, if you're in the Chicagoland area, you can go pick them up. Go and take care of those folks. Go take care of TJ and Celia for what they did for us, because incredible amounts of hours, incredible amounts of time. It's insane. $2,200 donated to local chapters, $2,700 raised through the bake sale for the cookies, and $6,000 donated directly to the Ronald McDonald House. You add up all that up, that is a nearly $11,000 raised for our charity, for the charity, the Ronald McDonald House. Unbelievable. So proud of you guys. So thankful. So cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome job, everybody. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every single morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.